Welcome, everyone. Have you ever had one of those days where you just wanted to keep making and making and making cards when you got started? That was kind of my day yesterday. So today I want to share one of them with you, and I will show them in more detail to you after the fact. But let me just hop on and say hello. I am here. Good to see you all, and welcome to my Thursday Night Live. I'm coming to you from a sunny Alberta today. We've had some great weather and looking forward to much more for this coming weekend. They tell us that because we didn't have a very good long weekend last weekend, we're going to have one this weekend. So, like I say, good to have you here. And I'm going to share a couple things with you, and then I will get into making one of these cards and show you how I did it, and then show you the others. My card making um, yesterday started with needing a birthday card for my grandson who is having a birthday next week. And all of a sudden I thought, oh my gosh, I don't have a card made for him. So I took out that stamp set, and that's what I did, was create all those cards. So good to see you. Pam, Bonnie, Stacy, nice to have all of you here. Keep commenting, keep visiting with each other, because that's what it's all about, is a wonderful community we have with sharing card making. Couple things Stampin' Up! Wise to share with you. The online exclusive product pre-order has begun for demonstrators, and it will be available for customers July 1st. But if you'd like to get some of the stuff now, and it's 11 pages of pretty awesome things, you can join with a wonderful join deal right now with Stampin' Up! Get your normal $165 worth of product for $135, plus you can get the 5 new in colors in the magnetic stamp cases. So if you're not a demo already and you would like to join, just let me know, and I will certainly help you through that process. Berry Botanical Vellum is the product of the month for May. Mine should be here tomorrow if all goes well, and I will be doing some products with it next week, so keep an eye out for that. Stampin' Up! Catalog, if you do not have one and you do not have a demonstrator, let me know and I will get one to you. And let's make a card. I will try and watch all of your comments. Hello, Maggie. Good to see you. Missed you at class today. And I will show the cards from class afterwards. So the card I'm going to make, I have the Stampin' Positioner set up for it. And I want to show you with this stamp. Well, the lights are not very good when it's a glass like that. Just let me show you this one instead, because this is what I'm going to do, is another one like this. Plain and simple, a couple layers of cardstock, and using blends to actually color the word after I stamp it. And it doesn't take long, so don't get stressed that you're going to have to be here all night watching me color. But I really like this idea. It was by Stampin' Lingers. She has a Facebook and YouTube, I think, and she showed how to do it. So, pardon me. I'm starting with our usual 8.5 by 5.5 base. I have a layer of, now wouldn't you know it? Can't remember. Lost Lagoon. 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have a layer of Misty Moonlight that is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then I have the white layer I'm going to stamp on. And I have a spare one just in case I mess up the one that's on the embossing or the Stampin' Positioner. I told you, usually I do specify to you what I do with this. I have the grid paper that you can buy to go with the Stampin' Positioner, and I use number 2 as my corner and right up against these pegs. And it works well for me. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I have already placed my stamps where I want them on the card, on the basic white layer, and then I pick them up by just pushing down with the plate. I'm going to use black because I do want to color over it, and Hi, Betty. Good to see you. Missed you at class today, too. Hope all is well with all of you who I didn't get to see there. Pam and I had a good time. And like I say, I will show you what we made before we're done here today. So I've inked the stamp. I'm going to place it on here. And it's not touching the paper until you push down on it. But with a rubber stamp like this, you don't push very much. It's almost there. And there is my stamp. Stamping is done. Quick and easy, especially with this tool. So that is something that is available now if you're looking for a helpful tool like that. So I'm going to just show you what I did with the coloring. I can't not have the capabilities on this camera of zooming in or anything, but I am going to bring in my foam pad and do the coloring. You can do it either direction. Start at the top, start at the bottom. I am going to start in the middle because I want the yellow to go where the skyline or the sunshine would be. And it gives me a good starting point to just go across like this. Doesn't take much. Do as little or as much as you want. And it just adds a touch of color. I've done the some of them without adding any color, using the new in colors, and some with colors like this, because I really like how they go. And with you using the blends, they color quite quickly, so it's not that you have to spend a lot of time coloring. Those of you who are demonstrators, please, if there's questions, please feel free to answer. I will go over all of them afterwards and try to answer questions if they haven't been answered. And just keep having a fun time with other like-minded crafters. That's what I enjoy about this, and I hope you do too. I'm planning on, with that new online exclusives, I am going to be buying a suite and doing at least a month worth of classes using the products. So once I get the details all figured out, I will let you know, and hopefully you'll support me with that. And like I said, if you aren't a demonstrator yet and would like to be sure and let me know, because it's lots of fun. Plus, you get to have some of this wonderful crafting ideas and tools at a discount. And who doesn't like discounts? This one is Pool Party. So just a little bit of sky color I'm doing. And you can stamp this stamp on designer paper or various cardstock and make it match whatever you're doing. I've got an anniversary coming up on the weekend that I'm going to make a card for, but I don't see an anniversary stamp in, or happy anniversary here anywhere. Happy life might work. Let me know in the comments, what other stamp sets do you use for anniversary cards? Because that'll be my project tomorrow after I get my cardstock cut for our Zoom with Friends. If you haven't joined us there for that yet, please consider it. We have a lot of fun. It's usually not very long, an hour, hour and a half. And tomorrow Laura's going to teach us a great card. I've got the instructions already because I do send those out on Thursday. But I usually get my papers ready Friday morning. So that's basically coloring the card. So then we just have to put it together. I'm just going to quickly, while you're looking at that, try and see if there's any questions I do need to answer. And glue it together. I did on here, because it's three layers plus the card base, I did not use dimensionals. You can see when you do use blends, they do come through on the back side, so just be aware of that. I'm sure you've all heard my story about my granddaughter who was terribly upset one day using my stuff here at my crafting table because she made her dad a very pretty card and then turned it over and the colors were through on the other side. Needless to say, she hasn't used those. She knows she can use the skinny pens, not the fat ones. And it'll turn out okay. Hello, Ines. I see your name on there. And anyone else who I haven't missed, hello, Marie. Good to see you all. So just a easy card. Use different coordinating colors. And I don't remember if I've sent it out to the Zoomers, but I certainly have to my team. You're ever wondering what colors go with what? These cards are available, and I do have them on my Beacons account. You can print them right from there, a PDF print, or if you can't find that, just let me know and I will get them to you, because they do help you decide what colors will work best for your projects. So now I'm going to just put that on the base, and I am going to add some little flowers like that because they're the blue family, and I think they add a lot to the finished product. So glad you're home, Pam, and able to join us again. We've missed you. Glad your dad is doing well, Maggie. Just saw your comment on there for that too. Yes. And everybody's looking forward to summer, I'm sure. I went to Mamma Mia with daughter and granddaughter last weekend. You may have saw my post, and my we were chatting about how it was still daylight at 10 o'clock when we were leaving that night, and how it was going to, the longest day was going to be here before too long. And my granddaughter said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me summer isn't the longest days? It starts getting shorter. She was just mesmerized by the fact that come June 21st was going to be our longest day, and then they were going to start getting shorter. And we said, yes, that's the hazard of living here. So there's the card, similar to that. Just different, I use different background papers on that. And let me show you the rest of them, kind of in order. So those are ones that are colored. These are the ones I did with the in colors. So that is the Golden Glow, and I did use the shimmer pen on there. I'm not too tickled with it, so I didn't do it on the rest. That's the pink. No, that's not the pink. That's the crisp Cantaloupe. This is the Hydrangea Hue. This is the Peaceful Pine. And this is the pink, quite a bit lighter. So a set of cards right there. Quick and easy. I stamped them using the Stamparatus, and then I ran them through ran this piece through an embossing folder and put a piece of the shimmer paper. Isn't that gorgeous shimmer paper on the back? Love it. This one I stamped on that paper, just right on the paper. Did line it up so it was on the horizon, and just left it because the paper really does the work there. This is the one that I did for my grandson. And I don't think I'm going to add anything else. He's a teenager, so I'm sure he doesn't want lots of fancies. This one, I used the stamp pads to put color on it. Not my favorite, but it'll do. This one I colored with the pens again. And this one I stamped on the back of designer paper. This is the front of the designer paper. So it is a bit different color, but I think they all work for something. Then I have hello, Joan. I see your name on there. Good to see you. The cards we made today. This is the never-ending card. It's one of those that you fold and fold and fold and fold and fold. It can go forever and ever. And this design that we did today, and just a reminder that everybody's welcome to come to these classes. If you want a PDF, I do charge $10 for the printed PDF to go with it. But otherwise, you can come and join us for a Zoom class for making cards. The second Thursday of the month is Christmas cards. The third Thursday is something else. So please join me from wherever. I'd love to have you. This is another one that different papers, different designs, so you can see it looks different. But we had a great time, Pam, didn't we? Then we have this one, which opens this way. It does stand up, but just a different fold again. And I made another one with that design, but I glued both pieces down on the ends. So a little bit different. And then this one is a technique again that Betty had asked about, just like the never-ending one. Betty, this was your class today. Really missed you. You'd cut strips of paper anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch. I'm just looking for something. I don't know what I did with it. Okay. Oh, I see them. 3/4 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. 2 and 3/4 long. And you you have a separate. This is not on the cardstock. There is a separate layer on the front. You glue them starting here, work your way all the way up. Then you turn it over and you put either dimension, the strips with dimension, whatever they're called, or tear and tape. I've got one that I did tear and tape as well. Then once that's on there to hold the edge pieces, you cut it off and move it over here and put it on. Thought it turned out pretty darn good. And what I was going to show you, what I was looking for, I have got the gel pens. And today I just watched where a lady went along like this on a dark colored cardstock. And I thought, oh, I can do that. Just to add a little more detail. And we did have these pens before, but they didn't work very well. And it appears like they finally fixed the issue with that. So I wanted to share that with you. And then the other one, this is the one that I did with just the tear and tape on the other side. So what happens with any of these, you can do them landscape, portrait. It looks like you've tried to piece back and forth, but it's real easy when you just trim it off here and put it over there, kind of thing. And then last but not least, this is what we made last week with our Zoom with Friends. And it's, again, a card that will stand up. And I decorated with from the Bug Suite, but just some cute cards to share with you. So hopefully that's given you some inspiration. And if you have any card design that you've seen and you'd like me to try and share with you, I'd love to do that. Just be sure and reach out and let me know. And keep in touch. Post your cards on my Saturday Share post that I always have, because I love seeing what you're making. And as always, look out for my emails and join me on Zoom or join me in any of my classes. I'd love to have you there. So hopefully you have a good evening and a great weekend in the sunshine. Take care now.